fight from within. You're about to go behind enemy lines on WNJC.
Roger, 3-2. Goliath copies all. Go ahead. The target is surrounded by multiple firms entering what appears to be a residential area. Requesting permission to engage.
From the People's Republic of New York City, you're now going behind enemy lines with Gene Baradelli and Russ Gallo. And you are now behind enemy lines. Hey there, how you doing, America? Gene Baradelli here, and we're going to get right into the show because it's primary night in America. Coming to us live from New Hampshire right now, as the results are rolling in, our own correspondent and politichick, Mona Salama. Mona, you there with us?
Hello?
Mona, you can hear me, right?
No, you're breaking up.
Okay, well, listen,
No,
can you tell us where you are? Can you tell us where you are right now in New Hampshire?
I'm right here at Marco Rubio's rally, his celebration night, because other places, such as Donald Trump's and Kasich, was over capacity.
Okay, and what is the mood there right now at Rubio's headquarters?
They're not too happy. They're really, they're not too happy with Kasich surging. They're not too happy that Cruz is in a tight race with Cruz and Bush coming in for third. And as when the two Democrat candidates, or socialist candidates, you might add, were talking, they were booing the whole time. So right now they're both really angry and pissed off that more momentum did not come in third like they expected.
And how do they feel towards Chris Christie? They got to think the debate performance and the slam that he gave him during that performance really had to hurt them with the late deciding voters, right?
Correct. And not only did it only hurt Rubio, it also hurt Christie. Christie was, right now, with 30% reporting, he only has, 36% reporting, he's at 7%. And Rubio right now is at 11% with Cruz at 12% and Bush at 11 as well. So it also hurt Christie bigger than it hurt Rubio. But when I went around the streets while people were polling, a lot of them were going to vote for Rubio tonight. But because of what happened over the weekend with him being a robot, and they see Kasich, quiet as a charm and whatever, they think Kasich is the one, because a lot of them told me today during the debate, Kasich proved his case to why he should run for president, because he has experience in Congress, he has experience as a governor, and he's not attacking anybody. He's running a very clean campaign compared to others.
Okay, now you got to also. What we're seeing on TV right now, and what we're seeing on across all the networks, is that it looks like Ted Cruz may be the person who performed the best, that had the lowest expectations. What is the mood? Do you know anything about the mood with the Cruz campaign at this point, or how they feel things are going?
Well, Cruz was underestimated in New Hampshire. They think New Hampshire is a libertarian state, live free or die. There's not a lot of evangelicals and not a lot of conservatives. But talking to a Cruz supporter, a lot of people told me that there's a lot of conservatives here in New Hampshire. So don't underestimate them.
Okay, and of course the big story of the night, Donald Trump is trouncing the field.
I have the Manchester reporting. That's the biggest result of all New Hampshire that determines who's going to win and who lost. And out of the 12 wards in Manchester, it was definitely Donald Trump. He surpassed everybody.
All right, that sounds good. He's going to be the big story of the night. Trump was trying to measure expectations, but it looks like he might double up second place Kasich, right?
Well, you talking about New Hampshire, or are you talking about in general?
I'm talking strictly about New Hampshire and how he did there. We're not talking about anything else right now.
Okay, Donald Trump right now with 36% reporting is at 36%. Yeah, he definitely doubled up with Kasich. he already won. He's already has 10 delegates in his pocket right now going into South Carolina. So in total, he has 16 delegates, so he's good to go.
Okay, now, how does it feel over by Jeb's headquarters? Excuse me, Jeb exclamation point. How is Jeb feeling right now? Kind of a stronger performance for him.
I have no clue. Fox News cut him off. He was about to speak, and he said this campaign is not over, and then boom, they put Trump speaking. I'm only at Rubio's rally, but they have the TV on Fox News to hear other candidates speaking.
Okay, well, listen, Mona, anything you want to add in addition to what you're seeing right now? Obviously, Marco Rubio thought he was going to have a big night. He had the momentum coming out of Iowa. He loses it now. Are they at all worried about South Carolina?
South Carolina, yeah, they have to. Now I have to see how the momentum is when he comes after he speaks, and let's see who comes in third. If he does not come in third or even fourth, he definitely has to worry about South Carolina because Christie really nailed his coffin, and he was supposed to be the guy that was gonna be the establishment candidate, knock out Jeb Bush, knock out John Kasich, bring the field down smaller, coming to the SEC primary March 1st, the first Super Tuesday, But now, because what Christie has done, Christie not only nailed the coffin for himself because I don't think he's going to go forward after South Carolina, but he nailed the coffin for Rubio, and he just gave the momentum for Kasich and Bush. So now it could be a broken convention. So he did a lot of damage, Christie, this past week.
Okay, and just to round out the field, the also-rans out there, you got to think this is the end of the line for Carly Fiorina, this is the end of the line for Ben Carson, and as you said, the end of the line for Chris Christie.
Well, I wouldn't count Carson out just yet. He has the money. He has the momentum. Once he starts, remember, we have SEC. He didn't focus a lot on New Hampshire. He focused a lot on, he's going to be focusing a lot on coming to the SEC. A lot of South, a lot of Black. If he can pull his, do what Cruz does and do what Rubio does, do like 5 town halls a day, he can pull an upset. I wouldn't underestimate Carson right now, but I will say, Carly, it's time for you to pack your bag, keep it moving. Christie, do the same. And then I say for Jeb Bush and John Kasich, see what happens after Nevada. Because Nevada is going to say who's going to get that plane ticket to one of those first in Super Tuesday. I'm sorry. Why I keep saying first in the nation.
Hey, listen, it's been a long day. Don't worry about it. You've been in New Hampshire all day covering everything. Good point about Carson in that New Hampshire is I'm not going to get racist up in this piece, but it's a pretty white state. And not a lot of diversity in the voting there. So Ben Carson may find friendlier territory down in South Carolina.
Correct. In South Carolina, and then I hope he skips Nevada and lets everybody else fight. I think focus on Carson. I think he should have skipped New Hampshire because he knew he didn't have the momentum, and just focus on South Carolina because now everybody is going to take their first-class ticket down to South Carolina right after tonight, and he should have done the same thing. He should have just skipped New Hampshire, just went to South Carolina and try to build momentum to come in third because you have Donald Trump, who is very strong with the Tea Party supporters, but it's also tied with Cruz. And Cruz has Rick Perry with the military. We have 6 military bases in South Carolina. So it's going to be neck and neck with them. So I would have came from behind because those 3 are the Tea Party coalition. And plus with the heavy concentration of Black neighborhoods, and if he talks about, racial discrimination when it comes to the drug war, the war on drugs, and being incarcerated for having a pound of weed in your pocket, if he could focus on that, he can pull an upset and then come into SEC. And if he does not pull for SEC, then he could call it back. But for Carly, she really put her coffin. She nailed her own coffin. Instead of doing what Rand Paul did when he's like, I don't want to be in the undercard, I'm going to go and build my case somewhere, and he did that with the media. Carly decides to go have a dinner date with her husband. I haven't even seen my boyfriend in 2 months. You have time to go see your husband? I would have done the same thing she did with Rand Paul. She complained about ABC not put on her. I'm sorry, but the only time you ever have media attention is when you are not making it in the debate. Where have you been the past 3 weeks before the debate and after the debate? And now you're going to go have dinner with your husband? And then she's saying for Valentine's Day, I got her schedule. She's going to go have dinner with her husband in Nevada. How about you just go pack your bags and go have fun with your husband?
Well, okay, so that's some harsh criticism for Carly Fiorina. I'm with it. So listen,
we're off the stage right now.
Okay, so listen, I'm going to go let you cover it. Thanks for popping in. We'll check back in with you later.
Definitely. We'll see you later, guys. Have fun.
All right, thank you again, Mona Salama. And hello, everybody. Welcome to Behind Enemy Lines. That was a rip-roaring start right there. Gene Baradelli here with you on primary night in New Hampshire. We're off on the road to New Hampshire. It's obviously the fireworks have ended pretty much for the evening. We all know who the winner is, and that is Donald Trump is still speaking right now as we tape the show. Listen, besides the primary coverage, we have a great show breaking it down. You heard Mona Salama talking about primary day and where she was. Marco Rubio obviously having a very, very bad day. In our chat room, we got a chat room going on right now at www.behindenemylinesradio.us. Click on the Listen Live button. You can join the chat right now. We got a lot of smart people in the chat talking it up, talking about how Kasich is overperforming, Rubio is underperforming, and Christie is actually overperforming according to the Real Politics target numbers. Ted Cruz on target for where he needs to be. That's pretty interesting. And of course, probably the biggest winner, Donald Trump. You got to give it to him. He's doubling up the field. He's doing what people expected him to do, even though he was a little cautious. He was a little, hesitant, and he hedged a little. Donald Trump is lapping the field in New Hampshire pretty much as expected right now. You know what? As I'm watching the returns come in, as I'm thinking about going forward, let's talk about this. Donald Trump, he's got the operation to go forward. Kasich, finishing second in New Hampshire, is definitely a shot in the arm. And let's give credit where credit is due to Amanda Kohut last week. She called Trump would win and that Kasich would come in second. It's there on record. And hats off to Amanda Kohut for that. Kasich, though, doesn't really have, at least from what I'm hearing, the 50-state operation that you need to have to go forward to make a win like this meaningful. It's going to be an easier road, but a tougher road. Expectations grow. Money has to come in. And we'll see what happens if that money comes in. Ted Cruz finishing third is exactly where he needed to be in New Hampshire. And as you'll hear from our conversation with NewsBusters' Dan Gainor, talking and analyzing what New Hampshire means to the election cycle, and I'll let him say it, whether this is a dot on the trend line or if this is the trend line itself. As we're looking right now, Donald Trump is doubling up second place. If that doesn't send a shiver through your spine, if you are wearing establishment colors, or if you're in the establishment lane right now, I don't know what will. Because that is a shot in the arm that is a statement-making win. And as we go down the field, Marco Rubio, probably with a statement-making loss right now. He's still in double digits. Let's not overstate where Marco Rubio is right now. He's nip and tuck with Jeb Bush, fighting over fourth place, one point behind third place with Ted Cruz. You know how people were overinflating how Marco did finishing in third? They're going to be underinflating how he finished possibly fifth here. Yes, the debate and the attacks from Chris Christie during the debate over the weekend definitely hurt Marco the Robot. I mean, there were people in robot costumes outside his headquarters. You gotta love the trolls, guys. You gotta love how they troll on campaigns. Marco Rubio did not come off well during the debate. He had some good lines. Let's not say that. Let's not denigrate him so much. It's not like he's so underperforming here. He's underperforming slightly. I mean, 4 points, probably a big margin. If they were expecting him to be up in Kasich territory. He's not there. But you know what? Let's not oversell it just yet. Cruz is doing what he should be doing, and I think he's going to be coming out of New Hampshire, not high, not low, right where he should be heading into South Kakalaki. The rest of the field, I mean, Chris Christie, he didn't see a bump from his attack, which is kind of what he was probably hoping for. There was no crossover, but there was definitely a dispersement. Dispersal? I don't even know the right